rules.
What are you talking about rules? I'm just a person, just talk to me.
Well, that is a little bit of the new movie Close to You, starring Canadian actor Elliot Page. It's a film that's very close to home for Page, who plays a trans man visiting his family. Close to You premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival last year, but it's finally making its debut in theaters now. And CBC senior entertainment reporter Eli Glasner joins us now with what you had to say, what you thought of all this film and everything. Eli, take us through the story and also Elliot's role here.
So Elliot and the director, Dominic Savage, they collaborated on the story, kind of worked on that together. And Elliot was talking about how he really just clicked. I believe he met with Dominic first on Zoom, and there was something about they really knew that they would be able to collaborate as storytellers. Now, this is about, as you mentioned, Elliot playing a character named Sam. There he is. He's a trans man returning home for the first time in 4 years for his father's birthday. So Sam has been living in Toronto, and now he's going back home to Cobourg, Ontario. So this is a big step, right? He went off to Toronto. There were some big changes. No one has seen him. He's coming back home, and you see at the beginning, he's trying to kind of underplay it, but we know there's some expectation there.
I'm going home for my dad's birthday.
Oh my gosh!
I haven't gone back in close to 4 years.
Oh, jeez. Bold. That's a bold move.
Is it?
It is. You might recognize Sukyun Lee there. They actually shot this in Sukyun Lee's house, and so that's where the film begins in Toronto. And then, of course, Sam gets on the train, goes back to Cobourg, starts to see old friends, start to see old families and all these people that he's been away from. Now, I don't want to oversell the drama, because part of this is about the little quiet conversations and really intimate moments like this between a brother-in-law, but also Sam's mother, played by Wendy Crewson. Take a look.
You can come to Dad and I for, anything if you need it.
I'm really okay. In so many ways I am, for the first time.
I just still think of you as my little girl.
So the parents mean well, the brother-in-law not so much. There's still, I think, a lot of unanswered questions kind of hovering in the air between them. And as Sam goes back home and starts reconnecting, there's also a question of a friendship or maybe a relationship, and whether he wants to kind of pick up on that.
So, Elena, walk us through, if you will, your impressions of the film.
This is a very slow, somewhat naturalistic film. I found the pacing kind of languid, and I will say, honestly, at times I wanted a little more plot kind of propulsion, right? I wanted things to move along a little more strongly. The camera is kind of hovering in the background. They do a beautiful job of capturing the setting, using the most of Cobourg, Ontario. But what I began to learn and really helped connect what I think I was reacting to in this film, this is a movie which is largely improvised. So imagine this. The actors are not working with the script. They're working with an outline. So those scenes, like when Sam is at home for the first time in 4 years and all the family are sitting around the dinner table, the actors are just finding those moments. The camera would just roll for 20, 30, 40 minutes as they're just kind of exploring those dynamics. Now, this is a big leap for Elliot Page. We haven't seen him on screen in a while, and yet we had a chance to talk to him at Toronto International Film Festival last year. Jackson Weaver was the lucky guy on the red carpet. Here is Page talking, but really embracing this interesting approach.
The lead up, I was so anxious. I was like, oh no, like, can I really do this and what have you? And then, no, Dominic, our incredible director, he just creates this space, sense of safety, sense of trust, and it ended up being the most beautiful experience. I suppose the challenge is the unknown of it, but that's also the beauty of it.
So the unknown, that is what really intimidated Wendy Crewson. We also had a chance to talk to her on the red carpet, and she was telling Jackson Weaver and CBC News, when she heard it was improv, she said, no, don't cast me. I can't do this. I've never done anything like this. Forget about it. But she braced herself, and she tried it out, and as you can hear, I think she really kind of fell for it. Let's take a look.
it was electric the whole time, and you sat waiting for the director to tap you on the shoulder and send you into the scene, and you didn't know what was happening, just like you wouldn't in real life, just like you didn't know, when you're walking into a conversation with you, I wouldn't know what you were going to say. So it was truly amazing. It made me adore improv, and I never wanted to go back to a script again.
There you go. Totally transformed. Never no more
again.
Scripts for
Never gets
Wendy
it.
Prusen. And you know what? For me, now that I know that, I actually want to go watch it again because I think I will understand the scenes a little more differently. And I will say, yes, the pace is relaxed, but certainly because I realize that the actors are just kind of exploring, there are moments where the truth kind of crystallizes in front of them, where Sam talks about finally being seen, or the fact that his parents only worried about him after he left home. So I think a very interesting film, a film with some insight about Elliot Page's own journey and some interesting, somewhat experimental independent filmmaking. 3.5 stars out of 5.
Eli, thank you so much. It's the CBC's senior entertainment reporter, Eli Glasner.